evening, everybody. It is Friday evening and I've not picked up the camera at all this week. It has been one of those weeks, and when I say one of those weeks, I mean worse than any week I've had so far in terms of busyness at work. It's just gone 7 and I've literally just finished the work day. Slippers is really mad at me because I've not been able to give her any attention. I know! It's a travesty, isn't it? I don't really have a lot of stuff to catch you up on this week because my life has just been work. Although, Sunday night, I'll let her have a drink before I pull her into the camera to shame her. Right. Hey Trouble, do you want to tell the camera what you did this weekend? What you did after we ended the vlog on Sunday, huh? Do you want to tell everyone what you did? Slippers snuck out this weekend. Slippers has always been an outdoor cat, but if you watch my daily vlogs, basically with age she stopped going outside, and also because we got new neighbours who had very aggressive territorial cats. So those two things combined meant she went outside less and less and less. So as much as she has gone outside most of her life, the past 2-3 years she's not really gone outside at all. She'll go outside for maybe 10 minutes and then come straight back in. When we moved, we wanted to keep her as an indoor cat, at least for the first few weeks, because we wanted to make sure she settled into the house. She's right by the camera, so I'm just like, thanks for that. Having a bath right next to the microphone, I'm sure everyone loved that. We wanted to keep her indoors because we wanted to make sure she was settled in the house before we let her outside, and we also, when we did let her outside, wanted to get one of those like GPS tracker collars so that we could keep an eye on her because she's never moved before. Okay. No, you can't walk past there, there's no room. So on Sunday, we had the window open in the living room and there's like a slight ledge, and she basically just jumped straight out of the living room window into the garden and wandered off. We spent about 3 hours looking for her, calling her. We got stressed out because she's normally very good at responding to her name. She is like a puppy. If you call her, she will come running. And because she wasn't doing that, it was very stressful. We have a fox in this neighbourhood that's very friendly. It seems to be bullied by the cats of the neighbourhood. Like, the cats seem to be the dominant ones in the fox-cat relationship, but obviously Slipper's not knowing this and not really interacting with foxes very much. Probably would not have fared very well, so we were a bit concerned for that reason. I think maybe the fox actually ended up approaching where she was hiding, and one of our neighbours came out and went to look at what the fox was looking at and found her there. And I think because we were new to the neighbourhood, and maybe because he'd seen us walking around trying to find her, I'm not sure, he kind of knocked on the door and said, "Are you guys missing your cat? I think it might be under the hedge in my front garden." And we found her growling under the hedge. Didn't we? Yeah, scared the living daylights out of us for a good 3 hours. But completely unfazed. We scooped her up in her blanket, we took her back inside, and it was like she'd never left. Completely unfazed. This girl here is a menace. You a menace? Yes, you are. Anywho, that was Sunday night. Monday was a bank holiday. We didn't really get up to that much, I don't think. I think Chris's family came over for a little bit, but beyond that we didn't really get up to much. And then yeah, this week has just been very work orientated. It's been busy. I've been very busy. It is May now. Happy May. I feel like I need to do an April review. April was pretty much focused on one thing, and that was moving. We moved in officially on the 2nd of April. It's been amazing. I've loved having our own house. We're almost settled now. There's obviously like lots of bits and bobs that we still need to sort. It's like a couple of pieces of furniture we still need to get. We've got some shelves we need to find and put up. We've got, you know, the garden to think about now that we're coming into the summer. We've still got lots to sort, but I would say we're probably like 70% there. I think we're settled in. I think we're all like, you know, this is definitely home now, and I'm just, yeah, That was pretty much the entirety of April. The goal for the next few months is going to be to sort those last little bits out as best we can so that we can, you know, make it feel 100% like home rather than 70%. Which brings me to my weekend activities this weekend. Plan for tomorrow. Me and Chris are going to have a bit of a DIY day. Originally I had blacked out my calendar because I thought I might have to work overtime that day. But I've worked late into the evening and will be working early in the morning on Monday so that I don't have to work on Saturday. If you guys remember... Yeah! If you guys remember in last week's vlog I talked about building a desk riser, or like, what are they called? Just a desk shelf? A thing you put your laptop on to make it higher, but it also serves as a shelf. One of those. I couldn't find one that fit the exact specifications that I wanted because I wanted it to go over my keyboard. That's my musical instrument keyboard, not my computer keyboard. I confused Chris a lot by saying keyboard, and he got very confused as to why I couldn't just find one online. Probably should specify musical instrument keyboard, not computer keyboard. I wanted to go over my musical instrument keyboard, so we needed to build one ourselves. We bought all of the wood and stuff last Sunday, and I think Chris has started on doing some bits and bobs. So it's just going to be a case of finishing that off, doing some priming. I'm going to paint it white. And yeah, that's my plan this weekend. We've also got a shelf downstairs, the kind of an understair unit. Chris finished like 80% of it and then we moved in, and we've kind of just been using it as is. But I really want to get that finished because I feel like it's just one of those things, like if we don't get it done, we're never gonna get it done. I just really want it to be done. And yeah, that's kind of the first things on our to-do list to kind of make this place 100% home rather than 70% home. So that's my weekend plans. That's what the rest of this vlog's going to be. That was always what the plan was going to be with this vlog, but I did intend on starting the vlog a little bit earlier in the week just to say, hey, what else happened in April apart from moving? Not a lot. I normally go through my checklist, my 3 goals of the year. Yeah! My first one was getting a house, which is now kind of shifted to moving into the house. So I've already talked through all that. Second was getting back into musical theatre. Oh yeah, I had my first ever singing lesson on the 30th of April. So still in April, even though it's the last day. My first ever singing lesson in 5 years. And it went really well, and she's given me some exercises to do and a song to learn for the next time I book a lesson. I still need to book another lesson. I've been doing the vocal exercises, but I haven't really had a chance to listen to the song yet. So I need to do that and get it kind of in my brain a little bit before I book another lesson. That's the first progress I've been able to make in that area since the beginning of the year because of all of the things that have been going on with my throat and all the doctor's appointments I was having. Exciting. Exciting stuff. Third one was reading. I've managed to finish the book that I've been struggling to get through around moving, and because it was a very, very light read, I've moved on to another book that I'm very close to finishing, and I've been reading it very quickly in comparison. I don't want to say a bit more interesting because the other book was interesting. I don't want to say heavier because that's not the word either. The stakes are just a little bit higher in this book than the other book, which makes it not as light, but it's not heavy either. I don't know what words to use. But yeah, April was a good month. April 2022 is forever going to be the month that I moved into my first home. So very special, very happy. And now I'm gonna have dinner because Chris is sitting downstairs watching TV, playing it on his Xbox on his Switch, waiting for me to have dinner. I've been working all evening, he's been cooking dinner for me, and then as soon as dinner was ready I sat down and vlogged because I realised I hadn't done it yet, and I'm sure he's pretty upset with me right now. So I'm gonna go have dinner with Chris and watch The Office. We've started The Office as well. That's something we've been doing in April. We finished Parks and Rec and started The Office. I'm gonna go eat and get changed out of my work clothes.
I found somebody, I say you don't cross my mind. And she doesn't know that your favorite place is still mine. Now I take the long way home, avoid what I can let
hello. Good morning. Is it still morning? Just about. Good morning everybody, it's Saturday morning. I've been having a very productive Saturday morning this morning. It's been great. Got all the household jobs done, but I'm on a bit of a setback because of the weather. Checked the weather this morning and it was relatively mild and cloudy, and I was like, great, I can put the washing out then. I've done 2 loads of laundry and it's rained in that time. And now I'm like, well, do I bother putting the laundry out in case it rains again? Got nowhere inside really to do the drying of laundry. We don't have a tumble dryer. We've only got one radiator big enough to actually put clothes on. We don't have any kind of heated area or any area at all inside. So, gonna have to go outside. It's just a case of timing it, but if we leave it too late, obviously it's then not gonna dry. Lots of stuff I've been gotten up to this morning. Chris has just gone out to do the food shop. We've meal planned for next week. This afternoon I plan on working on my little shelf. I plan on priming it today. I'm not sure if Chris will be in the mood to help me. I don't want to force him to help me if he's not in the mood to build my desk riser for me. But I want to do painting, because something we've learned is you're meant to paint before assembly, which we've not done with that shelf under the stairs. It's much easier to paint before than it is to paint after. So yeah, I need to prime basically everything first and do that, but I want to do that outside so I don't make a mess. And again, the weather. It's meant to be like 18 degrees and cloudy. No rain. Meant to only be a 19% chance of rain. Still rained. That's the only thing holding me back this afternoon, the weather. So we'll have to see how far we can get today based on the weather. I think I'm gonna hang out the laundry now and just keep everything crossed that it doesn't rain, and then we'll see where we can go in a bit when it comes to priming the wood. I don't do DIY very often, probably for good reason, so we shall see. We shall see.
I don't always think about you, but sometimes I do. Cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue. Cause sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn. Back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think about you till First Avenue.
Yeah, we're not gonna make a lot of progress this week. I'm coming to the realization. So primer, you put it on and then you're supposed to wait 24 hours before you recoat it. Because this is like a plank of wood, I can only paint one side at a time, which means I'm painting one side now. Next week's vlog will be the finishing of this, but we've made a start. We've got it first layer primed. The only other thing is there's nowhere to leave it to dry without it being at risk of things falling on it, leaves, bits of branches, bugs. Gotta keep our fingers crossed. And I'm chuffed. One layer of primer done. Chris is now working on the shelving unit inside. Probably gonna help him with that for the rest of the day because there's not really anything else I can do on this front. So
all of the turns that I had to unlearn. Back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think about you till First Avenue. That's when I do.
Quick and end today's vlog. It's been a productive morning. Went out and did my second coat of primer. It's not been so bad with things getting stuck to it. I do think it is just kind of part of the priming process unless you have like a location to do it in where that's not going to happen, which is kind of unrealistic. There's a couple of lumps and bumps, but I've smoothed it out a little bit better with the second layer, and hopefully when the actual paint goes over the top it'll be even less obvious. But yeah, that's gone really well. Also did the litter tray. We're experimenting a lot with Slipper's litter tray. because that's the thrilling adult life. We're experimenting with like fresheners and also different litters because that's stinky. And we have a little house, so when she does a poop it stinks out the entire house. We are now about to head out to a family member's birthday party. I was just trying to connect the dots of how she's related to us. She's my great uncle's sister. My family tree connects quite wide. So we're gonna go have lunch with my side of the family, which is really nice. The last time we saw them, unfortunately it was for a funeral, so it would be nice to see them for a more positive occasion. The weather is glorious, it is so sunny, so warm, it's fantastic. So I am looking forward to having a nice relaxing Sunday before work starts again next week, because it's going to be a busy few days next week. Not as busy as this week, but it will still be very busy next week. I'm sorry this week's vlog was a bit patchworky. I was really busy with work and it's just been a case of stitching the plans that I did have this week together to make a video. So I hope it's given you something. It's been a good week, and next week will be a continuation of my desk riser shelf painting situation. I need to prime the other side because I've only been able to prime one side at a time because it's a plank of wood and I don't have anything to rest it on to dry both sides at once. So got to prime the other side and then we're going to paint it, and then Chris is going to help me screw it all together. And then we've also got to paint the understairs shelf. We just need to secure a couple of bits down a bit more, and then we've got to do the whole process with that, prime and paint. So yeah, it's been a successful weekend, nice and productive, got lots of stuff done. Now we're about to go see family on this glorious sunny day. So I'm going to end this week's vlog here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!
Sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn. Back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were.